Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Canadian Tire Motorsports. We are north of the border here in Canada with gas prices under $4 a gallon. Join me in the booth, Todd Chase Jr. Todd, welcome to Canada.
Well, it is great to be back here in Canada, but Canada must not like me because my game just froze.
All right, well, then you will get your game up and running. We'll be okay. We're still in qualifying right now. No single car qualifying here tonight because these guys have been out there for a while now. So that's what we're doing right now. Watching these guys qualify and all this good stuff. Todd, Canadian Tire, a very fun racetrack that we actually do like. What do you think of this place?
Oh, it's really fun to drive. Um, Unless you like other people that are like Patrick and stuff that really
Right,
absolutely hate this
right,
racetrack,
right,
but
right.
I've always enjoyed it. I know you've enjoyed it as well.
Yep.
So, um, I think tires are actually going to be a big thing here
I would
tonight.
tend to agree with that. So qualifying, like I said, is underway right now. Not sure what to really expect in this race. I don't think Todd. I don't think either one of us do. But we are set to go. We'll get the points and all that stuff here in just a couple minutes. But what's your thoughts so far, Todd? Who's your pick to win this one?
Well, I'm actually going to go with the 9 this week.
Good pick. Pretty good pick there. All right, so he's going to take the 9. I'm going to go with the 7 of Hunter Waters. So
That's a good pick too.
yeah. So we'll see how it all plays out here in just a couple minutes. As we get set to go, like I said, 2 minutes here left in qualifying. Todd, do you know where we go next week?
No, I didn't.
I do.
Atlanta.
Atlanta, yep. Atlanta to Daytona. All right, so there you go. So we will get ready to do
Uh,
that. It's Atlanta, Daytona, and Lucas Oil. All right, Johnny Avila just jumped up to the top of the board. Todd knocked Dwayne Hunt off. He is one of the favorites in this race. So we'll see how he does. He's won multiple road course races. I would not expect this to change too much here tonight. I mean, Johnny probably, understandably, is one of the favorites here in this one. Todd, we've seen him win multiple road courses.
yeah, one of them guys that you could put on that list of a road course ringer, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here tonight.
Also, real quick, Todd, as you're still getting loaded back in and all that good stuff.
I am in, but I am getting a trading paints error,
Okay,
so
that's fine. No big deal on that one.
yeah.
So right now, coming into this season, Johnny Avila has 2 wins. Jesse Bennell picked up a big win. Trent Ringler has a win as well, and also Kyle Vermeer has a win. Is that all? Yes. So could we see a new winner tonight? Possibility. Dwayne Hunt. Oh no, Dwayne Hunt has a pole. So it does look like Johnny Avila could get the pole in this one. In the chat, let me know who you guys are pulling for. We know that there is a comp yellow here in this one, Todd, on lap 18, if I'm not mistaken.
Believe you're right, and if guys don't come down to pit road, before then for tires, I see some of them guys coming down at that point then,
Yeah.
and I would think, they should be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel
Yeah,
at that
this
point as well.
this is one of them tracks where you can pit before that comp yellow and not worry about going a lap down. We'll have to wait and see if anybody does do that. But we're expecting some people to stay out just because of the points and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're set to go here in just a few minutes. 38 laps race length here tonight. Campiello at lap 18. Pits will close, Todd, when the leader completes lap 17. So fuel should be on. There you go. All right, so we're good to go. All right, let's qualify. By the way, is finishing up in case you're wondering. It looks like everybody's pretty much done qualifying. Yeah, so nobody else can be able to do a lap. That will end truck qualifying here. Levi's just out there getting a little bit of practice in. And that for not qualifying here tonight. We're going to start 18. I was told, by the way, Steve Unich has never made a lap until practice.
I also heard that as well, and right now he's not last, so he he's not doing too bad. Currently 15th on the board right now, but one of them people that you had talked about picking up a win this season so far, Trent Ringler, he's not actually here tonight. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
What?
So
Oh, you're right. Huh. All right. Well, the good news is he's locked into that playoff position anyway.
yeah,
But something to kind of be thinking about. The guy we was looking at in points that was out, actually. Hold on, where's the points at? Do they have the points anywhere? Or where do they post them? I know they post them.
Should be in the Discord.
As well. Playoff watch. Here we go. Charles Woods is on the outside looking in. Thomas McBride is actually tied with Charles Woods. Mark Jenkins is 2 points above the cut line. Ray Polking 6 points above that cut line. Kyle Vermeer 8 points, but he is locked in because he's got a win. Adam Mass 9 points. The guys also on the outside looking in. Dwayne Hunt, last year's season champion, 1 point out of the cut right now. Patrick DeSaunier 6 points down. Francis in the 8 truck. I don't think he's here currently. Go ahead.
Neither is Charles Woods, so I could actually see Ray. Who'd you say it was 1 point out? I believe that was Ray Polking.
Dwayne Hunt is 1 point out.
Or Dwayne.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I can actually see Dwayne moving up depending on where he finishes. So
yeah, you've got Derek and Levi. Levi 17 points out, which is kind of surprising. Derek 28 points out. Derek looking for a big night here tonight. Plus, we come to his favorite track here in a couple weeks at Daytona, where he could be a factor there. We know he's pretty good at them places, although hasn't won. But we'll see how he does. All right, here's a look at your starting grid up, Todd. For tonight's race, it is under Johnny Avila, Dwayne Hunt in row 1. Alexander Hammonds with Hunter Waters on his outside. Adam Matz and Ray Polkin going to be starting in 3rd row. Row number 4, we got Tyler Seville and Bentley Glasser. Row number 5, Derek Pemberton was in 9th place alongside last week's winner, Jesse Bonnell. Thomas McBride going to be starting in 11th in row 12, or row 6, sorry. And Kyle Vermeer in 12th. Jeff Units, Patrick DeSaunier are going to be starting in 13th and 14th. How about Steve Units? Never made a lap here until tonight, with Mark Jenkins will be to his outside. Right behind them, it is Todd Gray and Levi Poland. So only 18 trucks here tonight. Not the biggest field ever, but it is a road course where some people don't even own still. It is a very tough place to race, but it is going to be a fun one nonetheless. So we get set to go green here, Todd, in just a few moments.
Yeah, I do want to mention, I think we were talking with Derek earlier. I think he said something about each race from here on out, he has to gain at least, 5 points per race on some of the guys that were ahead of him in order to make it in.
Yeah, something like that. So we're going to see some, probably like you said, Todd, probably going to see a little bit of different strategy, I would guess, with him.
So we'll see what he can do, along with Todd Cray starting way at the back of this one. I'm just going to go right on a limb and say, for a dark horse, watch this 21 truck. He's starting way in the back, but something about him just, I can't see him finishing any further down than inside the top 5 at the end of this one tonight. So
all right, we'll get ready to do that here in just a moment. It should be a fun one here. Let's get ready to go racing here, Todd. Woo.
Yep, just like you mentioned, 38 laps. Competition yellow at lap 18, but pit road closes at lap 17.
All right, Todd Chase Jr., here we go. Pace truck, the iRacing pace truck, Chevrolet Silverado is what I'm going to call it, because that's what it looks like to me. You guys are getting a good look at this racetrack, and you are about to see one of the hardest turns as you ride on board with Johnny Avila. Head up this hill, basically the crest of this hill, then drops down a smaller hill into a very tight hairpin, Todd, and that's where things get very fun.
Yeah, this was always my part of the racetrack that I didn't really care for. Just because you got the momentum from coming down the hill and then going back uphill, it's really hard to get slowed down enough to make this sharp hairpin turn.
Yeah, which is also called Moss Corner, in case you were wondering. It's turns 5A and 5B, Todd. And this right here is actually turn 5C. So pretty unique how they actually label this track. It is literally 10 turns, with turns 2 is actually 2 and 2A. So it's kind of interesting how they actually label the turns here. But right here is your Mario Andretti straightaway, which does count as a turn as well, 6 and 7, if you want to count that. It's up to you. You know, what we will call the S's, Todd, at the top of this one, where very interesting place. I don't think the S's get talked about enough, but it is a very fun place very fun part of the racetrack, but very difficult to mess that up, very easy to mess that up.
Yeah, and then as we get closer to the start-finish line here at the back half of this racetrack, we've always got that famous last right-hander where we seen, was it John Hunter Nemechek and Cole Custer basically wrecked themselves for the win.
We've seen Chase Young and Austin Dillon do the same pretty much. Here we go, Todd. Bring us to the green.
Yep. Waiting for the green flag, and the green flag is out here at Canadian Tire. Johnny Avila gets a good launch down into turn 1. He'll clear Dwayne Hunt going down through turns 2 and heading towards turn 3.
Everybody makes it through turns number 1 pretty clean there as we see Johnny Avila leading the way. And now heading up, down into turn number 3. And here's a good look right here. Everybody gets pretty much single file unless we go back to the 82. Trying to make a pass here. He's going to get the door slammed shut. Tyler Seville does that on Derek Pemberton. Derek right now in P10 working on that 11. Gets a little loose on the back end. Here we go, Todd. Right in front of them is Jesse Bedell and Bentley Glasser.
Yep. Good battle right there. Bentley's another one of them that could actually win this race, I believe, as well.
Keys to this race, Todd, is going to be you need to be smooth. That's the thing. With this track, you need to be really smooth on your tires, not push too much. As we jump up, battle for second, Dwayne Hunt, Hunter Waters. A Law Buick Chevrolet battling for second, heading up towards the S's, side by side. Very interesting place to try to put a pass. Dwayne Hunt gets the grass. He loses second place as Hunter Waters is going to take that spot with the inside line.
Also want to mention, looks like Patrick DeSaunier is down a lap.
Yeah, he started from the pits. He is not down a lap, by the way, Todd, not officially.
Okay.
But, yeah, he did start from the pit road, so that could be why.
Up front, it is Johnny Avila still stretching this lead over Hunter Waters.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are thinking bigger picture, and that's really what they need to think of. A lot of this track, Todd, just to survive this race, to keep yourself in position to try to make it in on the point standings. As you see Alexander Hammonds here in that number 71 Hooters truck trying to run down Dwayne Hunt as we hop on the nose of Alexander going through Moss Corner as well.
At that time, doesn't look like Dwayne had an issue through Moss Corner there. Able to put a little bit of a gap between him and Alexander for the moment.
Up the hill now, looking for the S's. We'll hop on board here with, once again, Alexander Hammonds as he works through the S's here at Canadian Tire.
Got another battle back here, further back for the 13th and 14th position. Mark Jenkins battling Jeff Unich.
There you go. We're still on board right now with Johnny Avila, by the way, put down the new fastest lap. Never mind, Hunter Waters' new fastest lap on 123. Good lap there.
Looking through the rest of the field for some more battles going on. I don't think there really is any that are close enough right now.
Derek took a look to the inside of the 11 that time, couldn't get it once again, but he's still working here, trying to figure out the exit. Pretty good little group here with the 11, the 82, the 90, and the 53, all pretty much nose to tail. One person makes a mistake, somebody's definitely going to jump on that one.
See Derek closing in right here again through Moss Corner. See Derek that time had a really good exit through there, but lost a little bit to the 11.
Yeah, we was just riding on board with him. You see trucks, everybody pretty much single file all around him right now. So he still rides behind this 11 truck. Derek, of course, in that Chevrolet, trying to run down the Toyota. Right in front of him, the overtake TRN Chevy. And then you got the Arch Telecom right in front of him. Right there, you see Derek take out a little bit different, Todd, a little bit trying to kick out that back end, and that's something you can do. You kind of kick out that back end, it does tend to help you rotate the entry to it. So Don't want to do that too much. We'll start flat spotting them tires a little bit and have some trouble with the
Right.
tires. Like that.
Derek looking, he's got to run right here.
Just got to be patient. That's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's Derek's probably his biggest weakness is kind of controlling his emotions when he's in the race truck, I think, or race car in general. But still, he's doing a good job so far. Like, honestly, he is doing a nice job rolling right here behind the 11. Tyler Steele's a good person to kind of roll behind because he's learning as he goes here, too.
Dumas corner they go again. Sees 11 getting a little wide. I kind of feel like that's where Derek needs to be, where the 11 is running through there on exit.
Yeah.
It could help him
Right now,
close up a little bit more on the 11, but
right now about 5/10 separating them. Last lap by Derek was a little bit better. Not by much. He ran a 24.622 with Seville ran a 24.687, but still a little bit better. Pretty interesting race we got going on here. You also see Tyler actually starting to work up on Jesse Bennell here as well, Todd. Or try to, that is.
yeah, I think at this point the tires are starting to, the tire pressures are coming up, so I think these guys are getting a little bit faster. And
Todd Cray is done, Todd.
wow,
I'm not sure what happened there. He is already out of tonight's race. Must have had an issue.
that is
I don't know.
yeah, that's unusual for the 21.
So here's what qualifying. So I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe just the start part. Kind of strange. Not sure. Steve Units, by the way, Todd, is on pit road. Not sure what happened to him as well. We're gonna try to back this up and see if we can see what happened. Maybe him and Todd actually got together.
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, he's got a lot of damage to that nose. Here's what happened to Steve Unich as we look here after 27 into turn 1. Goes up a little bit on that rumble strip. And, that's what happened out of turn 1. Hard contact. Very similar to what we've seen, Todd, just going a little bit too wide and getting contact with the grass and spinning them around. And that's something we see weekly here in the Red Sox Racing Series. Stuff like that happens.
Right, but just like in Red Sox, I don't think they have local yellows here. I think it's all just, or I'm sorry, not full course yellows. They just have local yellows.
For sure.
Meanwhile, it does look like Hunter Waters is catching the 63 of Johnny Avila.
Yeah, last time by, Waters was about 4/10 faster than Johnny Avila. And that's the thing, Todd, when you know this. A little bit of cloud cover, by the way, starting to show here in Moss Corner. But you know this as well as I do. When you race a road track, you are not racing the truck in front of you. One, you're trying to minimize your mistakes compared to theirs. Okay, I want to say that. But you're racing the track more than anything. We talked about that last week.
100%. I mean, your main goal is just to stay between the white lines. So,
His
if you can do that...
By the way, just battling each other side by side.
Yeah, I mean, like I was just going to say, if you can stay that, no matter where you finish, it will always feel like a win.
Somebody we haven't spoke a lot about here, but big shout out to Ray Polking, doing a nice job up in 7th place right now. He is down a spot, but still doing a nice job here in this one. Biggest mover so far here in this one, Todd, is Levi Poland. He's looking for a big night because right now he's on the outside here in points looking in as well.
13th position, up 5 spots from where he had started. Doing a nice job.
Everybody getting a little bit spaced out. Kyle Vermeer climbed to close in here on Derek Pemberton, which they've been about this close now for a while. Derek's running a little bit slower lap times than what he's been. Same as Kyle that time. Actually, everybody that time has run a 125, Todd. So really the tires are falling off. Like the pace really slowed down a little bit. Jeff Unisby's had a problem here, Todd, in the 89.
Yep. Just as I seen it, you had spoke it. Not the night that the 89 wants. As you see Kyle Vermeer go up to 8th now, or 10th now. Getting around Derek.
I exited on my ATVO for some reason. I just said I don't need it. I don't know why I exited out of it.
That's why we don't need ATVO anymore.
You might be right. I literally just exited out of it for no reason. Okay. Anyway, we'll pop that back up as you see what has happened with the 89 you just seen now. We'll get our ticker back up. Did Derek have an issue, by the way, Todd?
Not that I've seen.
Smoked. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm hearing Derek did have an issue.
Okay, because I think that happened in Moss Corner. Somebody he went a little bit too wide because I seen smoke. I'm not sure if that's what that was from, but all right. So he falls back to 11. And honestly, Todd, this is where Derek kind of, and really all these guys is from 10th on back. Granted, some of these guys in the top 10 is probably going to pit. You've got to keep that in mind because you definitely need stage points if you're some of these guys on the outside looking in. You got a chance to get that if you don't pit, but you got a chance to really get a lot of track position if you do pit before that stage break.
Right. I mean, we've got less than 10 laps before that stage break, or before pit road does end. So, do you think we could see some of these guys come down maybe
Big
lap
wreck.
16?
The Wayne Hunt, Todd, here around in Moss Corner. He's going to try to bring it back around. He does get it. Not sure what actually happened. Let's see if we can find it here. As there you go. Went around too much. All right. Yeah, I mean, good possibility. I think if you're Johnny and him,
you stay out.
You think they stay out? I say you pit.
I say stay out to the end of the stage.
And the
If
reason
you
why-
can make it that long.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm saying stay out because if he stays out, he's going to get the lead back after the end of the stage break. That's why. But you know, if he could pit. Honestly, all these guys could pit before then. But if you're Hunter Waters, you could pit early if Johnny does stay out and take it.
Right,
That
because
is
I
one
mean,
way to
then
do it, too.
that gives you the chance to leapfrog him.
Yeah.
So, and it does look like clean air is key for the moment. As you see, Johnny's still out there leading by a second and a half now over Hunter Waters.
You know, this is a fun racetrack to drive. I mean, I haven't really talked about it a lot, but it is a very fun place to race. It's a very tough place to race, but it is a very fun track to race on.
You know, I was very upset when they announced that this track wasn't on the Cup schedule this year.
Me too.
Just because I think the Cup guys should be able to put on a really good show here. I don't know what the issue is with. Maybe it was the COVID restrictions up here in Canada. Could have had a play in it, but I kind of feel like, you know, they should have attempted to bring the Cup cars here. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Have they ever raced in Canada before? I'm sure they have, right?
I don't know for sure for the Cup
They
series.
need to, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of tracks in Canada that you could race on for the Cup cars.
I
If it's
mean,
anything like that race today, there might not be any cars left.
yeah.
Get that right there, Pace Elliott.
FKL.
I was about to say it. FKL. FKL in the chat. Oh, man.
But up front, it still is Johnny Avila.
Nothing's really changed.
No, Hunter Waters still doing a nice job, but the gap has gained a little on
Yeah.
Alexander Hammonds. Adam Matz has closed in on him for that third position.
Yeah, I'm just looking really through the live timing right here. Is pretty much our closest battle, and that's with Alexander Hammonds, Adam Matz, and Bentley Glasser is our closest. They're separated by 8 tenths, 6 tenths, give or take a little bit on that. So
Well, Hammonds got a little
He did.
loosey there.
get allow Matz to close up soon. So let's see if he can go up a little bit more. He's right on board with Alexander Hammonds, looking back at Adam Matz. What was the track temp, Todd?
I am not sure. Let me look. If I can find my mouse, there it is. Let's see. The track temp is 105 degrees currently.
All right. So pretty hot.
Yeah. I mean, not as hot as Summit Point in a street stock. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Oh yeah, look at this. Good battle here between Bentley Glasser and Adam Matz out of Moss Corner there that time. I think at one point Glasser was a little bit sideways underneath of the 9, able to gather it back up, and he'll lose a little bit to the 9, but if I'm Hammonds right now, man, I'm breathing a little bit of a relief to kind of
for sure
pull away from them.
Looking around, I said everything does get kind of spaced out here a little bit.
Oh, got one into the grass back here.
Yep,
I believe that is.
Levi Polo, I think he actually backed it into the wall here as well. Here's what happened.
I think he just got in too hot and couldn't get it slowed up.
He did some of the wall. He did not actually get in the wall. My ATV just closed again when I went to replay. So maybe I didn't close it last time. Maybe that's just what happened. All right.
Either way, closing in on the stage end, currently working close to lap 12.
Yeah, and honestly, that hurt Levi a little bit. Luckily, after that spin, he's going to have time still because that stage in, Todd. So there is that. You know, he's just got to make sure he keeps out of grass. Actually, he about lost it again a minute ago. So he's just got to kind of take his time here. Mm-hmm. Actually, did he quit, Todd?
I think he has. I don't know.
Yeah, he is done.
Yeah.
It's not.
Also, did the 7 have an issue? Because he's dropped 2 seconds behind the 63 now.
He's got quite a bit, so it's a good possibility since the issues being starting to happen. Oh, he about had an issue right there. He about lost it on turn 1. Bentley Glasser has closed in a little bit here on Adam Matz.
Wreck on the front stretch here.
Dwayne Hunt.
Yep. Kyle Vermeer.
Not what they really wanted.
No, it does look like Dwayne Hunt is okay for the most part.
Yeah, so now here comes the fact of Thomas McBride putting some pressure on Derek Pemberton, but here comes the fact now these guys that is inside the top 10 that is on the outside of the points looking in, do you stay out? My position on that is yes. With only 15 drivers in this race now, I say you stay out. Get the stage points that you need.
Here's the question. We're seeing these guys having issues now on basically 12-lap-old tires. Do you think they would be able to make it that long, though?
I'd say that's a good question because the lap times have fallen off over 3 seconds. So, I don't know. I mean, if you can make it that long, 100% do it. But, like you said, can they? I mean, that's a big question. That's a lot.
They're currently riding on board with Derek right now, doing a nice job for the most part.
Alexander Hammond is putting a lot of pressure on the Wall Buick Chevrolet of Hunter Waters as they're pretty much nose to tail right now.
Hunter Waters looks like he gets a little loose here.
Yep, there he was. You said it, Todd. This truck is loosening up quite a bit.
I mean, if I'm Hunter right now, if Alexander gets a little closer to him, I just let him go. Because all I'm trying to do is hang on to it. I mean, wow. You see how snappy loose that 7 is right now. Here comes Alexander Hammonds. He's looking to the right side of the 7.
Yeah, he's going to have the preferred line going into this corner when they first go in. So we'll see if he's able to take this spot away. I think he's going to be able to get it, to be honest.
I don't know. The 7 drives it in a little deep.
There it is.
He does clear him.
Yep. Good pass there for Hammonds. They work out the final corner. Everybody looks good. Now they head towards turn point. Alexander Hammonds moving up a spot. And the 71, taking that spot away from Hunter Waters. Adam Matt still rides 4th. Bentley Glasser. Ray Polking, by the way, is back up 6th. Tyler Seville, Jesse Bennell, Derek Pemberton, Wayne Hunt, your top 10.
Working on lap number 14. Just kind of remind everybody, lap 17, pit road will close.
Yeah, so if you're going to pit, Todd, you're going to have to do it this next coming lap.
Yeah, you better do it quick. A lot of pressure here on Hunter Waters now from Adam Matz. That time through Moss Corner, it does look like the 7 didn't get as loose as he did before, but here comes the 9. He's going to look to the left of the 7. And just like I thought, the 7's going to be able to defend that spot. Meanwhile, Johnny Avila, he's way out front right now.
3.5 second lead right now over the rest of this field. Nobody really, well, last time by, he's actually a little bit slower. He's a second slower than Alexander Hammonds. But I'm not sure if Alexander's going to have enough time to run that back down before the end of the stage. Matt's right now putting a lot of pressure here on Hunter Waters as well.
Yep, and man, Hunter's having a heck of a time keeping this truck underneath of him.
Yeah. So look for people, Todd, to possibly come down pit road right here.
Big run from the 9 coming. The 7's going to block it for now.
I don't think anybody in the top 10 is going to come. I mean, why would you?
I don't know. Yeah.
You might, if you really need track position, like Hammonds might.
Here we go, the 9 getting a run on the 7.
Going to have that outside lane. It'll be tough to make this work. He's going to have to be able to stick it in there. And nope, not going to be able to do it.
Oh, ooh. He about wrecked himself doing that.
Nobody. Oh, we got a couple people. Hammond's coming to pit road. Here comes Matz. Here comes Glasser. Here comes Moore.
Along with Johnny Avila as well.
Yeah, see, if I'm these other guys, I'll stay out.
Yeah, this is going to give the lead over to Hunter Waters. Seville will go up to 2nd. Derek possibly could jump all the way up to 3rd.
Yeah.
Before these guys come off pit road.
That's a good opportunity for some points for that stage. Yeah, he's definitely going to jump up to 3rd. Yep. Yeah, good call there by Derek. Good call by Tyler as well, staying out. Getting
Johnny rolling off pit road now.
Much needed points.
As Kyle Vermeer will go to 5th. Alexander Hammonds will come out 6th. And then you got Adam Matz and Bentley Glasser, Ray Polking. And this is going to allow Thomas McBride to jump into the 10th spot. But it does look like Hunter Waters, if he can hang on here.
Yeah, remember, he's got a lot of hanging on to do because he's had his hands full.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. These guys that are staying out will have that lap extra fresher tires, and we know, Todd, that these tires do mean something now.
Yep.
So, we'll have to wait and see when that yellow comes out.
Yep, just watching Hunter Waters right now. Hopefully he can get through for this final lap of the stage.
across the line. Here comes Tyler Seville, Derek Pemberton going through the S's. They're just waiting, I guess. When does the caution get thrown? Does it get thrown on 18 or after 18? Because if it's after 18, that's a big tire difference.
Yeah, I'm hearing end of lap 18.
Really? That's big.
Yep.
That's 2 extra laps.
Mm-hmm.
These guys that stayed out, that might be the way to go.
Yeah, because, I mean, like you just said, they're going to have fresher tires
Yeah.
here after pitting, and everybody else is just going to have to hang on. Want to mention Johnny has jumped up to the 4th position after pitting. Riding on board with Derek as he goes through Moss Corner.
Here we go, Todd. Looking through the S's for the final time to end this stage. Hunter Walker's still with his hands full right there.
But you know what? It's worth it because look
It
at
is.
this. He's going to pick up the stage win.
And have fresher tires coming out. You see he backed off a lot in the last couple laps.
There's the yellow for the stage.
So it's going to be Hunter Waters, Tyler Swift, Derek Pemberton, Johnny Avila, Kyle Vermeer, Alexander Hammonds, Adam Matz, Bentley Glasser, Ray Polk, Jesse Vanell getting stage points.
That's going to help Derek a lot.
That'll help Derek, and there should be some other guys as well that's going to help. Let me look at the points again. Let's see, Tyler and Hunter was actually pretty good. Hunter was in 5th in points. Now Tyler, hold on, where was he at? Was he outside the top 10?
I think he was in, wasn't he?
Okay, Hunter was 5th. Tyler Seville is 7th. So he's about middle ways. Be honest with you though, see Coppermere. Thomas McBride was outside of the points looking in, and he was sitting 16th coming in, so unfortunate for him, he did not get the bonus points. Yeah, Patrick was outside the points looking in. Dwayne Hunt was on the outside looking in, so a lot of these guys that need the points definitely did get some, and some of them did not, so.
We'll see these guys come down pit road. I mean, do you see some of these guys like Johnny and Kyle and some of them guys that actually came down pit road? Do you think they'll stay out again, or
I mean,
do you see them coming down again?
I felt like you kind of got to come in, but at the same time, I don't know. I do think tires are that important here early. Here comes Hunter. He's definitely going to come in.
Looks like Johnny's going to stay out.
Yeah, Johnny's definitely going to stay out just because where he pitted. So there's your answer, Todd. They only did pit, so they will stay out. So Johnny will retake the lead. Now these guys that came down pit road, there's not a lot of them, but there was enough to throw it in, you know what I mean? So Tyler Seville, Hunter Waters, Derek Pemberton, a few others. Thomas McBride, Kyle Vermeer, all on pit road. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of these guys that pitted prior to this, look, they're going to come out really still in a nice position. I mean, Hunter's going to come out in 8th, Tyler Seville 9th. Actually, yeah, and Derek Pemberton's going to come out in 10th. They're still right there in this mix with fresh tires now. So we'll see how that plays out.
That could be a good thing, and that could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
We're about to find out.
That is for sure. So we got 18 laps to go. We're going to have a few more laps than that. We'll take a quick break, guys. We'll come right back. You guys enjoy the cutscene thing. Welcome back here to Canadian Tire. We are happy you all joined us. Please reach up and hit the subscribe button on YouTube. We want to give a shout out to some of the sponsors and supporters of the ASL series. Infinite Hero, we fully support here in the American Sim Racing League. Of course, we got to give a shout out to Law, Chevrolet, and Buick. They are our awesome sponsor for not only this, but the Elite Super Late Model Series as well. Butt Kicker, got to give a shout out to them. Check them out if you are looking for the most realism for your sim rig. McConey Setup Shop, awesome setups from McConey. Also does setups even for the Pink or Coca-Cola series, guys. So there you go. Max Pappas Inc., MPI, check them out. Some awesome racing wheels for the sim racer as well. Check out Splash and Go Graphics if you are in need of a paint job. And of course, us here at Trackside. And yeah, so we are getting ready to go back green here in just a moment.
Yeah, and I did want to kind of touch base with the whole Elite series. I know we've got one of them races coming up here in March.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a fun one.
Mm-hmm. It's fun to get those back out on the racetrack. And
Myrtle Beach, Todd.
Oh, it's a fun track, but it's hard to run.
For sure. So there you go. We'll be back there on March the 27th at Myrtle Beach.
But here we go. It does look like it will be. Johnny Avila and Alexander Hammonds, your front row. Adam Matz and Bentley Glasser, your second row. Ray Polking and Jesse Bennell, your third row. Dwayne Hunt, Hunter Waters. Hunter is the first one on fresh tires compared to these guys. They will be in your fourth row. And then you got Tyler Seville and Derek Pemberton in your fifth row.
So, all right, ready to get this one underway here from Canadian Tire once again. Now is where the race starts. First half was just to get to this point. So now is where the real race starts. Kind of a shootout style race. Well, I don't know if I can call it shootout. Still a few laps, but. All right, Todd Chase, bring us back from the stage break to the green flag.
Coming through the S's again. Coming back to the green flag. And the green flag is back out into the air. Johnny Avila, yeah. But it does look like he is going to be able to hold on to that second spot for now. As you see them battling back there further in the field. Back there for like 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah, good battle here with the 7 of Hunter Waters. I'm sorry, that's the 46 of Ray Polkey. And Dwayne Hunt and Tyler Seville right there behind them. But
we got a 3-truck battle for this race lead, kind of. Yep.
Patrick DeSaunier gets into the side of Mark Jenkins, pushing him off the track. Mark probably not going to be too happy about that. Kind of like Chase Elliott wasn't too happy with Kyle Larson, but that's a story for another time.
Yep.
Derek Pemberton gets into the 11 and turns him.
Wow.
Here's a replay of this. Make sure he actually did do that, but
yeah, that's not what Derek really wanted, but that'll put him into the 9th position for the moment.
Definitely turned, Todd. He definitely turned. He said, "I ain't gonna break. Use you to stop." That stinks. Tough for Tyler Seville. He better hope Tyler don't get up here. If he does, I would just be like, "Go ahead, sir."
Yeah. Meanwhile, battle for this race lead heating up again. Basically a 2-truck breakaway. See Johnny running a little lower than the 71. Here comes Adam Matz. He's doing a heck of a job so far in this one. Currently running 3rd.
Nick Glasser up to 4th, and then Jesse right there in 5th. Very impressed with this Alexander Hammonds.
Yeah, I mean, he's only ran a couple of races with these guys, hasn't he?
Yeah, not very many.
And I mean, it just shows the talent that's in this series, that you don't need to be a 5,000 I rating to be able to compete with people like Johnny Avila or Adam Matz or Bentley Glasser.
Hunter Waters and Jason Bennell going at it. How about Hunter starting to work his way up? He just takes him 5th ton. I think that's on first tires.
I think so too. I mean, if I'm the 7, I know there's certain parts of the racetrack you're going to be faster than some of these guys. You know, so you're going to be faster without even trying, but if you can control it, try not to burn up them tires as fast as possible.
Yeah, because on the long runs, we know what happened, especially with him. We've seen earlier, he got really loose late in the run. So,
and you know, when I talked to Derek there a little bit during our break, he said it was extremely loose at that point, but he just babied it and made it through. So, as soon as we get down to the end of this one, we could see that actually happening again.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, these guys that pitted earlier are going to go a little bit further than what they did last time, Todd. So that's something you got to think about. They pitted about a lap or so earlier than the halfway point. Top 5 all nose to tail, really. The top 6 are kind of close here with each other.
Yeah, you can see right there with Bentley Glasser having to hold off Hunter Waters. Bentley didn't have a good Moss corner there, but the 7 did. And unfortunately, the 7 wasn't able to capitalize on that, but you could just tell he is a lot faster.
Yeah, Johnny really well that corner.
Bentley Glasser doing everything he can to hold off this 7, as well as the 9 trying to hold off the 24.
All right, so we look around the track. Derek Pemberton is closing in here on Ray Polking a little bit. Trying to close in with Kyle Vermeer right there behind Derek as well. Derek took the beat to the inside there, maybe trying to get Ray to make a small mistake, putting a little bit of pressure on him. Definitely easy to make people make mistakes on road courses. You can do that a lot more in oval, especially if you're comfortable in oval, unlike the road courses where you're not as comfortable. You force people to make a mistake very easily.
Like well, Polking getting a little loose there out of Moss corner. This is going to allow Derek to possibly have a good run here at the end of the straightaway.
That's just Derek putting pressure on him where he thinks he's got to push a little bit harder to try to get away a little bit. Maybe getting a little bit gas too early, you can get a little bit of wheel spin. Derek just basically showing himself in the 46 mirror pretty much. By the way, Alexander Hammonds just closed back in. Here comes Derek once again taking a peek to the inside. Wasn't able to do it, but yeah, Razor went wide.
Yeah, he came down and chopped his nose off, but here comes Kyle Vermeer all over Derek.
And a lot of this is just where them two's been battling, Todd. It's hard to get away from the guy that is working on you as well. Oh, there they go.
Oh, yep. Kyle Vermeer gets a little loose.
Yep, the 46
I don't
did.
think the 82 even touched him. I think he just
he just got loose. Yep. Good pass there for the 82, and that's basically putting pressure on him, making that mistake. That's what you need to do. Up front, by the way, the battle's still there with Johnny Avila and Alexander Hammonds. And even Adam Matz, who makes a small mistake, because Bentley Glasser side by side.
Does look like the 9 going to be able to hold that position off for the moment, but here comes the 24 Bentley Glasser. Now he's going to have the preferred line. Oh,
24.
Hunter Water gets into him a little bit.
That's not going to make Bentley Glasser too happy. I do want to point out, Todd, that Thomas McBride looks like he is done for the night as well.
Yeah, going back to the whole 24 and the 7 issue, it kind of looked like the 24 broke a little early and the 7 just didn't check up in time.
Right.
That's allowed the 9 to break away from the 7. So, but like we said, the 7's on fresher tires than this 9. Alexander Hammond's still out, currently second. He's, I believe,
pressure here on Johnny Avila.
Yeah.
Now, this is not necessarily, I need to check the points here, Todd, to make sure of something, because this may not be what some of these guys want. Well, never mind, Alexander Hammonds already is inside the top 10 in points, so.
But I don't think he has a win this season,
not
so
have
this
a
could
win.
actually, this could put him up further in the points if he could actually force Johnny to ultimately make a bad move and capture this win.
Yeah, and that's
You
the
see
thing.
this-
Would you consider that an upset, Todd, if he's able to beat Johnny, who in here is known as the road course king? In a way, I don't think it would be, because nobody's really familiar with Alexander Hammonds too much.
Right, but at the same time, though,
It would be in a way.
It would be. It'd kind of be like almost a walk-off, because, I mean, he's only got a few races under his belt here in the series.
He's putting a lot of pressure right here on this 63 right now. I mean, he is closing in, and here he goes.
Yep, doing a nice job. And it does look like the pressure is getting a little bit to the 63, but it's definitely not enough to rattle his cage right now.
Yeah,
so.
it's going to be tough to make Johnny make a mistake. Johnny's not the same Johnny that we've seen in here 3 seasons ago, 4 seasons ago. He's won a championship now. I mean, it's all on him. If he makes a mistake, it's not cost us 71.
Yeah. Did look like he did have a small mistake there getting into Moss Corner, but able to hold it off and have a better exit as he'll gap the 71 here for a little bit. Meanwhile, the 9 closing in on the 71 now, along with the 7.
They're right on board without a match. You can see him trying to close here in on Alexander. Although I do want to mention Ray Polking was able to get back on Derek Pemberton again for that 8th spot. But Derek is still there putting some pressure on that position still. That's the thing, a lot of these guys, you know, they're good, but they're not road course racers most of the time. So you're capable of running.
No, I hate to say this, but I'm starting to see some wear on this 9. He's been loose these last few turns, so I'm starting to wonder if these older tires are starting to lose, you know, that advantage that they had at the beginning of, or towards the end of the stage.
Derek right there had an issue as well. Jason Bennell had an issue in front of him, and then Derek has an issue right there as soon as he passed him. So Derek not able to take advantage of Jason Bennell's mistake, and will stay in line right here in 9th. And Derek once again going to go off the track. He wasn't the only one. I don't think. I think somebody else had an issue there. Derek drops back to 12th now. He's got a little bit of work to do.
Yep. He just needs to refocus in and.
Either way, it's going to be a good night for Derek because he's top 16.
Yeah.
So.
Right, and I mean,
by the way,
let's
Todd,
just say there's only 13 cars out there right now.
Yeah, so it's a big night either way. Here's Hunter Waters putting a lot of pressure on Adam Matz, like you said earlier, Todd. Matz showing a little bit of looseness, and Hunter tires are seeing it now possibly coming into play.
Yep, down into turn 1 they go. And you can just see the run that the 7 gets on the 9. You know, you see him, he's not as twitchy as the 9.
Patrick
so
Desonier may be done, Todd.
Yep. I'm sitting here thinking that the same way.
He's definitely not going to win this race. He's 2 laps down now, unfortunately. Something definitely happened.
Through Moss Corner, the 9 and the 7 go. And Matt's doing a nice job holding on to this truck for now.
I want to mention that Kyle Vermeer, by the way. There was some pressure on Jesse. That has kind of ripped it off a little bit.
Well, here comes the 71 on the 63 again. Yeah, it definitely looks like them tires are starting to be a factor here towards the end of this one. As you see, Alexander Hammond's working on the back of Johnny Avila.
Could be looking at a good finish here.
Meanwhile, while these two battle, the 9 and the 7 of Adam Matz and Hunter Waters are actually catching these two.
Yeah, Patrick Desaunier, by the way, will get a DNF here in this one. And meanwhile, Jeff Eunice, Tyler Seville side by side with the 82 now involved. So a 3-truck battle there for the 10th position. 89 goes off track. Jeff slides into the outside wall. And will he be done? He backs it up. Does he roll? He's still rolling.
Meanwhile, we got a 3-truck battle here for second now.
Yeah, how about Adam Math? We talked about him getting a real loose earlier, and here he is kind of rebounding a little bit of that, Todd. I don't know if it's that, or maybe the 71 has just pushed way too hard, and he's kind of burned up his tires now.
Coming to the line, they will see lap number 31 on the board.
Hunter putting a lot of pressure here on the 9.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a little loose.
Adam Matt's doing everything he possibly can to hold off this 7.
Waters gets really loose under braking as well. I'm riding on board. He's really working the wheel. You can hear the truck getting really loose now. It's about the time he started having issues last time, Todd.
Here comes the 9 and the 7 on the 71.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that was a little close.
They are closing this gap, or they are pushing this really hard right now here for second.
Yeah, I'm really surprised Hunter hasn't really been able to get around these two at this point.
I think he just pushes his truck so much it really does hurt his tires because he was really loose. He's really loose under braking. I don't know if he's got more front brake in, which is a good possibility. But I mean, I'm riding on board right now. He's really working the wheel, especially through some of his second half or first half of the track. Right there, really working it a lot. Yeah, he's loose all the way down the straightaway. Like, he's overcorrecting down the straightaway. He's putting so much. I'm going to be honest, it's going to be... He's going to have to muscle this thing back around because he's got his hands full right now.
Yeah, as you see, the 71 getting a little loose there. Still currently running second, but Johnny has put a gap on him now. As you see, almost... Well,
right at a second.
Yeah.
I'm just riding on board with Hunter, watching him work his wheel. Adam blocks up the right front a little bit.
Yeah, everybody's starting to space out now. I think it's because of the tires.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, we got an issue. The 96. Does he save it? He does. Got a little loose going through my corner, but doing a good job saving it and keep it going. Derek Pemberton, by the way, has moved back into the top 10, getting around Tyler Seville without wrecking this time.
Yeah, Derek, he just needs to mind his P's and Q's here for the last few laps. And, I mean, yeah, right now there are only 12 guys out there on the track. So an 8th place finish would kind of look bad, but at the same time, an 8th place is a top 10. And we had 18 show up tonight, so either way, like you had mentioned earlier, it's going to be a good points night for Derek.
For a few of these guys. I mean, even Ray Polking, I mean, he was right there on the outside or inside trying to hold on to get some points. I mean, he was sitting 14th in points. He's going to have a good night. I mean, there's some other guys, unfortunately, Thomas McBride. It's going to be close if he's going to be able to. It's going to be very close. Our biggest mover in this one will be Derek as far as the point situation goes. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
Our biggest mover of the actual race at this point right now is a tie between Bentley Glasser and Jesse Benel or Kyle Bamir.
Yeah, I only picked up 3 spots, but there's still a lot in a place like this.
Here we go. Derek losing the battle here to the 11.
They're getting a little loose. Derek now fighting that loose truck. These guys keep swapping positions. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that as that goes on. See the damage on the back of Tyler's truck. Not too much, but there's a little bit there.
Johnny's still doing a nice job holding on to this lead.
Yeah, Johnny's been pretty impressive once again. He's got 2 wins this season, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it does not surprise me if he does end up picking this win up here tonight.
Yeah, not at all. As long as nothing happens, he should be okay.
Do want to mention we do have some parity at the top of the board. You know, you got a Toyota leading the field, you got a Ford running second, and then you got a Chevy running third. So that's nice to see all 3 manufacturers being represented pretty well.
That's unfortunate.
Well,
that's unfortunate.
We really don't like the first 2, but
manufacturer championship, they do actually have it here.
Yeah, how is that looking, by the way?
So Chevy has won the manufacturer's championship every season since the inception of ASL. Right now, Chevy sits second in the point standings behind Toyota. They're 4 points behind with Ford last, of course. But Johnny, you need to thank him for that because he's the one that's doing it with 3. So far, Toyota has 3 wins and 3 poles, but you can add another pole to that, possibly another win. We got somebody off the track, Todd. Who was that? Alexander Hammonds went off the track. He loses second, possibly third.
Yeah, he's just really loose. The tires are really gone on this 71 right now. Honestly, I don't think anybody's going to catch this 63. He's
going to be tough.
He's way out front now.
Yeah, the 7 almost went around. Good save there for Hunter Waters. Yeah, it's going to be tough. The only way, and I hope nothing does happen, but the only way it would be a big mistake would have to happen, I think.
Adam Matt's currently running in the 2nd position now, doing a nice job.
There is Adam Matt on your screen.
Should be, 3 to go now?
Yeah, we are on 2 to go.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, it just...
Okay.
I'm not used to this, what I'm using right now, so...
Oh, issue. Ray poking hard into the wall on the exit of turn 10.
That's going to hurt him in the points.
Yeah, that's not good. He drops back to 11th. He's still going to be okay, I think, as far as points go, but he will lose a few, I believe, now, because he was, well, what was he at the points? I don't know. With this many drivers running, I think you're okay.
I think he was just above
He
the
was
cut
14.
line.
So
okay, so he was just out of it.
Yeah, he's just inside of it with 6 points. He's going to be okay. The biggest point that's going to hurt tonight is Mark Jenkins because he was 2 points above the cut line, and Thomas McBride. Because McBride was actually at 0. He was in, but at 0. So he was right on the cut line. Jenkins and McBride both are definitely going to be hurting as far as everything else goes. Same as Levi Poland. Levi Poland's going to be a must-win now, I think. Well, Yeah, maybe not. Have to wait and see. White flag is out there, Todd.
Yeah, Johnny Avila picking up the white flag here at Canadian Tire. And like I said, I don't foresee this 63 having an issue here for the rest of the way tonight. Like you'd mentioned, picked up 2 wins on the season already. This would be his 3rd.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job this season once again. And we knew Johnny would be a factor in these trucks this season when they came back to him. And he's proven that he is again. Final lap here, Todd, through Moss Corner. I'm sure these guys are going to be happy to get through this one for the final time.
I know Adam Matz will be happy. Currently running 2nd. Alexander Hammond still holding on to that 3rd position. But I look at the 7. I think he just wore,
Yeah, just got too
unfortunately, just wore them tires too fast. Now, luckily, he'll still finish 4th, barring any issues, but being that first truck on fresher tires, once we restarted after the stage, you would think that some of these guys up front that stayed out would have been gobbled up by these fresher tires.
Checker flag. Johnny Avila picks up the win here at Canadian Tire north of the border. Adam Matz works in 2nd. Alexander Hammond still a good finish with P3. Hunter Waters going to cap it off with 4th place. Bentley Glasser, Dwayne Hunt. Here comes Jesse Bennell through the final corner. Does he make it? He sees the checker flag. He's going to finish 7th with Tyler Seville in 8th. Kyle Vermeer finishes 9th. Derek Pemberton going to finish in P10. Top 10 for Derek. So he don't crash the truck. There he goes. Ray Polkin going to finish probably a little upset. But 11th place there after running really solid top 10 all day. Jeff Unit's going to manage a 12th place finish after an incident he had. So we're going to do some interviewing here in just a moment. Right now you're seeing the Bikers Alley number 63. We'll roll around the racetrack here. As Johnny picks up the win, you see Hunter working up behind him. Trying not to wreck him. What if he ever wrecked him? What if they'd actually get mad?
I don't know.
I'm kind of hoping he does, just see what would happen.
I wouldn't really want to find out.
All right, here we go. Let's see the 63 this time. Scary Brain coming in. Definitely a well-deserved victory here for Johnny, picking up another road course victory here. Let's see if I can find him. I don't think there'd be too much being Hunter's his teammate, so.
Right.
All right, let's pull him in. He's going to do some donuts. Maybe. He might just go off the cliff. I don't really know. Oh, he's just going to brag and do donuts when everybody's going into the pits. Okay. All right. That's a little bit much. While you're pulling in the pits, just be aware that he's doing donuts. All right, here we go. Johnny Avila picks up the win here at Canadian Tire. Johnny, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Victory here at Motorsport, man. Big win. You was probably one of the favorites coming into this one. You did not let anybody down, dominating here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Alexander right there on the second run was giving me a run for my money. But this is my home track, so I really wanted to win it. Like, the last time I was here, I think is when Chase Elliott won in the trucks. So it was good to get the win here.
For sure on that one, man. 3 wins on the season. You got to be pretty comfortable with your chances heading into the playoffs here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I have a really good feel with the truck. So hopefully I just keep up the momentum through the playoffs and make it all the way to the...
Yeah, I think you'll be completely fine. Hey, good job, man. Any shout-outs you want to give out before we let you go back to your team?
I want to shout out my team because they were setting up practices. So I got to say thank you to Hunter, Tyler, and Jesse. Sort of helped me get up to speed on this track. I got to thank everybody that puts this league together and you guys up in the booth. I know as soon as I leave this interview, I'm going to go watch this race back And then last but not least, I got to thank my sponsors, Biker Alley. It's cool having sponsors
It
to help
is.
me out through all of this.
Plus a great looking truck to go with that. Hey, good job,
Thanks.
dude. Dominating tonight.
Have a good night, guys.
Yes, sir. You too. All right, next up, we got Mr. Adam Matz, who's going to finish in P2. The MPH Alliance team. Pretty good showing overall. Adam going to place it in P2. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, a pretty good night. Second place. I think that's a win considering what track we're at. And plus, it helps you quite a bit in the points.
Yeah, I with the season I've been having and all the wrecks, I'll definitely take it. Yeah, I wish I could have put up a little bit more of a fight or something, but I don't know. I could never, just didn't quite have the pace, I think. But I'll take it. Yeah, that's definitely finally a good finish.
It looked like the truck got real loose on older tires.
Oh, yeah, it could get crazy loose, and if you ran it really hard early on, it would make it even worse. There at the end, I was slipping and sliding and all over the place, and just trying my best just to stay on track. I know some guys went off track, and were able to get back on track, but yeah, that was pretty tough.
For sure. Thoughts on heading to Atlanta, man?
Atlanta's a lot of fun. I think in the truck too. I'm not sure with the fix if the tire wear is the same. I know tire wear mattered before, so I think that kind of adds an extra element. But a really fun. That should be a fun one to watch.
For sure on that one. Shout outs on all that, dude. You want to give out?
Yeah, just shout out to you guys for the broadcast and to Jeff and Pat, all their work with the league, and then my teammates Dwayne and Ray for all their help. So yeah, thanks.
For sure. Hey, good job, bud.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. All right, next up, a very impressive Alexander Hammonds. Going to finish in P number 3. Really nice job by Alexander. We'll talk to him right now. Alexander, do you have a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Man, a P3 finish. Honestly, very impressive run. Had a chance there and even tried to take the lead away from Johnny there after that stage break. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, Johnny drove an amazing race. I was able to get to his back bumper so many times, I just couldn't quite get the speed to catch him.
For sure on that one. And not only that, man, you put yourself in a really nice position to make the playoffs. You came in tonight in 10th place, going to definitely move up a few spots, I would guess, which is the bigger picture. But let me go ahead and ask you about next week. We head to the Oval in Atlanta Motor Speedway. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's been a little bit since I've driven at Atlanta, but it is my home track, so hopefully I can put on a good show there and give Johnny a run for his money there.
For sure on that one, dude. Well, either way, we was watching you in the race and really impressed both me and Todd. So keep that up, man. Is there any shout outs you want to give out?
Just thank you for everyone who puts on this league. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for y'all. Thank you to y'all up there in the broadcast booth, and just once again, congrats to Johnny.
All right, good job, dude. Go get the win next week. I just completely cut him off. Todd's thoughts on the race.
Well, it started out with Johnny Avila, winning the pole, I believe. Anyways, came in, led most of the race tonight. We had some big names have some big issues, and then we've seen some guys make some good strategy calls, some not so good strategy calls, and ultimately, I think it was a really good race.
I agree. I thought the race was fantastic. So we'll go on from here to Atlanta. That'll be it for us tonight, guys. Y'all have a great night. Todd, you got anything else you want to say?
FKL.
All right. Y'all have a great night. Take care as always. God bless.